Hey everybody, it's Danielle here from DKW Styling. Okay, so if you're new to my videos, I specialize and I educate in hair extensions on a method called natural beaded rows. So if you want to see some of my work, or you like my hair, or you want to find out more about me, click on the link below this video and that will take you directly to my blog. Also feel free to check out my gallery and things like that. So I have not done a video in a while. I'm so sorry. I have been really busy. I just recently launched an online education program for licensed cosmetologists on natural beaded rows, and kind of the art and science of how to place extensions as well as how to make the color blend. I feel like I have an eye for blending, and that's what makes my hair extensions look a little bit more natural. If you want more information about that, go to dkwstyling.com and click on my Learn tab. Okay, you guys, so I want to jump in and get started on this video and just talk a little bit about hair extensions in general and my experience, and we're really going to dive in and talk about hair textures and types. So I specialize a lot with fine hair textures because that's what I have and that's what I feel like I can relate to. Now, fine can mean so many different things. I have clients send me pictures and they tell me they have fine hair, and then when they come in, I'm like, oh, you have fine hair and a ton of it. Basically what that means is you have fine hair, but then you also have hairs per square inch on the head. So you have fine hair that maybe they don't have a lot of, or medium, or they have a lot of fine hair. And so you've got to find out which extension method is going to be best based on how much hair per square inch and also what texture. Fine hair can be tricky because it tends to break easy and things like that. Fine hair, not a lot of it, can be even trickier because you can't cover the area on the scalp with more extensions, or it's just going to cause more damage. Let's kind of go back to, say, 10 years ago when I first got into hair extensions. A couple of methods I learned were kind of the bonded or individual or glue-ins or whatever you want to call them. The problem with those is on my clients that have fine hair and not a lot of it, meaning not very many hairs per square inch, you have to take larger sections of the hair in order to make that bond strong enough to where it holds in and doesn't slip. The problem is you're covering, because it's more hairs per square inch, you're covering so much of the area on the scalp, which is creating more damage. And so I kind of went away from doing extensions that way, because if it only takes one time with individual extensions all over your head to where you feel like you take them out, and I've had clients tell me in the past, oh, I had all these singles, only for 3 months. I took them out and I felt bald. That's because you don't have a lot of hair per square inch on your head. So you had to attach more to it. So really with extensions, what I found is I want this fullness, I want this length, but the trick is to have it attached to less areas on the head. So then I kind of dove into the tape-in or the tab extensions. And I liked those because they were lightweight. I did those for a while, and I kept having clients call me and tell me that the tab was kind of coming undone, or was pulling on their hair, or was just snagging their hair, it was hard to work with, or they didn't feel like they had enough hair or fullness. If you're an extension junkie like myself, it's like you can never have enough hair. It's like you start out with a little bit and then you want more and more and more. One trick or tip that I'll give stylists out there that love doing extensions is know your client's hair. How much hair can you put back into their hair? Have it look natural and not compromise the integrity of their hair. So one tip that I give my clients with fine hair is you have to baby your hair. You just have to be so careful. You can't overstyle or overcolor your hair, because it only takes one time where it completely fries your hair, or you put too many extensions in to where you feel like it takes your hair 3 to 5 years to recover to get back to where it was. So a tip that I give my fine hair clients is don't overcolor, don't overstyle, and just baby your hair in general. Okay, so one of the biggest complaints I've had for over the years of doing extensions with fine hair clients specifically is we have trouble getting the hair extensions to stay in. What I found with the single bonded methods is, you're out and about and you're kind of just running your hands through your hair and you're having them slip out. Same with the tape-in or the tab ones. They can easily slip out also. So a lot of my fine hair clients are saying, how do I get it to stay in and last, where that I don't have to have it keep coming in for these mini touch-ups every 3 weeks? Well, honestly, in my opinion, with fine hair, you shouldn't go more than 6 weeks no matter what method you have. I have tried a little bit of anything I can get my hands on, and after about that 6-week mark, your color needs to be freshened up and everything just kind of needs a general tune-up. So go to your stylist, make them refresh your color, move up your extensions, fill in whatever ones you lost, or just kind of tighten your extensions. The natural beaded row extensions that I do on a bead. I would say most of my clients, if you look at some of my work and they have these full set of extensions, is I usually do about 1.5 rows per client, but I make my rows heavier, creating so that I can create my track with beads and put less beads in their hair. The other thing I do is I don't use glue. I use beads in a string so that each one is kind of leveraged off each other so that it doesn't slip. And that's what I found works best in my hair that will last me the full 6 weeks. And they do loosen, but I never have one that's gonna fall out. So remember, my biggest tip on this video is gonna be if you're doing extensions on a client, you have to know, number one, what texture is their hair, and if it's fine, do they have a lot, a little, or very little? That will base how big your bonds are, how much of a section you're going to attach the actual extensions to so that it doesn't pull, it doesn't break, and it doesn't slip. So anyways, you guys, that is my video this week on hair texture, specifically fine hair, and hopefully give you some ideas or some tips on how to get your extensions to stay in. Again, if you want to see some of my work, click on the link below this video and it will take you directly to my blog. I want to share one more tip with you guys that goes with new extension hair. No matter what extension hair I've typed or method, new extension hair is so silky. I like extension hair after it's roughed up a little bit. I constantly tell my clients, you know, they'll get them done, they'll say, do I need more hair? I say, go wash it 3 to 4 times. Then come back and we'll decide if you need more hair. Because what happens with hair extensions is it comes really silky and really soft, and as soon as that like silicone kind of wears off, the hair literally inflates. So if you love extensions, my tip for you is start with a little bit, see how much you like, see how much hair you like in your hair, rough it up, and then decide if you need more or less hair. New hair, my best friend is dry shampoo. So this is by Redken. It's called Powder Refresh. It's basically amazing. This is a really lightweight one. So say if you have new hair, or a lot of times when I'm putting new hair in my client's hair to get it to inflate, what I do is instead of spraying this right at the roots, I literally just kind of spray it in the extensions and kind of just rough them up. It gives them a lot of body and texture until that silicone kind of wears off the new hair. So anyways, if you're new to extensions and you feel like it's just too silky and it doesn't match your texture, dry shampoo is your best friend. One more thing I wanted to share with you guys is there's a fine balance between not enough hair and too much hair. I always tell new extension clients, go 2-3 washes, and then kind of get back to me and tell me what you're thinking once you've styled. Put enough hair back into the hair so that you actually have enough room to cut into extensions. Remember, the cut is really what's going to make it look like hair and not hair extensions. It's going to give it movement and make your extensions look more natural based on the cut that you give it. So make sure you're putting enough hair to cut into it, but not too much where it's going to look like extensions, basically. And remember, with new hair, dry shampoo is your best friend. All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope this tip helped. I also started doing a little bit of fashion blogging. I love fashion. It's fun. So check out that on my blog. This shirt I'll just share with you really quick. It's a Rebecca Taylor. It's amazing. It's tweed. It's leather. It's amazing. My watch I have on today is just a cute Michael Kors. It's so old, but I love it. It's a cool shape and it's probably my favorite. And then I'm wearing just a House of Harlow bangle today. So anyways, you guys, that's kind of my look for today. I'm off to work this morning, and we'll see you guys next week with another tip or tutorial. I also want to cover color and blending with extensions. So tune in next week. All right, see ya.